fluid. From the diary of Professor Bernice Summerfield. We wandered into the console room, me still trying to think of some way to break the ice. One of the many trivial things I'd been doing over the last few days was to try and repair my portable history unit. It's a little screen that lets you access archives while in the field, or in my case, while in the bath. Normally you'd need an account with whatever library you're accessing, but with a bit of help from one of those beardy-weirdy computer experts you trip over in spaceports, I'd put together a program that makes the library think you're a member. The thing broke down, of course, just before heaven, and I'd been carrying it in my luggage ever since. So, as part of my great campaign to do things, I had hefted one of the doctor's folding work tables into the console room and set about dismantling the thing, on and off, with gaps for tea, and crying. As we entered the console room, then, I was surprised to see the unit sitting atop the folding table, complete and repaired. I picked it up and switched it on, while the doctor glanced offhandedly at various monitors on the console. He'd repaired the unit's hardware, but the programming was all over the place. Travelling through the time vortex isn't the best place to deal in electronic media, of course. It's like trying to follow a soap opera that's being performed on a series of trains as they speed by, while other trains with different stories... Well, it's difficult, all right. Anyhow, the doctor had succeeded in creating some weird protocols with new files half set up all over the place, and error messages demanding attention everywhere. I pressed a few buttons and cleared everything, discovering, to my relief, that the doctor had got the thing functioning correctly at least. I turned to him, grateful to have something to ask him about. "Thanks for fixing this up." He glanced up from the console.
"I just wanted to work out what it was, how it worked. I reversed the polarity of the communications coil, by the way, so you can write into archives too. But to do that, I had to connect it through the TARDIS information processors, because I know how to work with those. So you might get information from the past, or the future, which in some cases wouldn't be a good idea, so don't use it when we land anywhere, please."
I sighed. "So you repaired it so well that I can't use it?"
"Repaired? Ooh, did it need repairing?"
I smiled, which was good. I got the feeling that the module was a sort of present. What have you been doing in the last few days, then?
"Jigsaws, Chinese cookery. I made clay models of the Zygons. I did what I normally do when I'm investigating something. With your unit, I mean. I dived in and messed it up, threw away the manual, ignored the notes, and laughed in the face of balloon help."
He left the console and perched in the wicker chair, his hands folded into a spire.
"That's what I did with the TARDIS when I first got her. You can't do everything for a long time. In the case of the TARDIS, for far too long. But when you do get where you want to go, you've learnt all sorts of useful stuff about the system you're investigating."
"No wonder your cakes are so awful." I grabbed a cushion and sat down facing him.
"The ducks like them?"
"The ducks are programmed to like them. Besides, it all sounds rather dangerous to me. You can get terribly hurt mucking around like that. I prefer to read the manual from cover to cover, hopefully in the bath, with a good bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon." The doctor frowned again and jumped up. He started to pace around the console once more, tapping controls seemingly at random. Maybe it was me using the words terribly hurt that had set him off again. God, I was being careful of his feelings. His glance fastened on a monitor, and an uneasy grin spread over his features.
"Found it. Good girl."
He tapped a few buttons and straightened up.
"There's a planet called Krex in the Orgon system. They have a market there. Would you like to go?"
I had the feeling that saying no would invalidate several days' worth of hovering in the vortex. "A sort of spacecraft boot sale? Is there something particular you're after?"
"A white elephant. Maybe a pink one."
"Is this an item or an acquaintance?" He paused for a moment, and then smiled one of his more dangerous secret smiles.
"Both."
The TARDIS materialized with that noise it has.